Ruby Beach along the Pacific Ocean. This beach down to South Beach, dogs are allowed on leash. Most of the area is pretty protected. When they start getting towards National Park, of course, that no dogs allowed. Work our way around some of these logs here. See if we can find a path. We'll go this way. Hey there.
Hey, here we go. How's it going?
Great, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't. Joanne got wet by that wave. So I came around this log and I thought Joanne and Lebo were right behind me, but Lebo stalled for a moment and Joanne got caught behind this one. And well, there's Lebo a little wet. Joanne, you're a little wet. She's pretty thrilled about it. The tide is going out. It just was after high tide. Now it's a kind of a rogue wave that came pretty far up. I got through unscathed, but I just thought they were that close behind me. But old Liba got a little hesitant. Hello there, it's February 5th. It's Thursday. And I'm going to do a hike along the Pacific Ocean. We are at Rialto Beach. I'm going to do about a 4-mile, approximately round trip up to the hole in the wall. It's just going to be me because Joanne had to work. She works remotely and didn't bring a dog because dogs can only go a little ways on this beach and that's it. We are in National Park. So let's go check things out. It is an absolute beautiful day in beginning of February. Parking lot there. Let's take a look here. The trail just pretty much hugs the coastline there. Rialto Beach. make our way over around in there, somewhere around there. So it's not much of a trail. It's a lot of scrambling. The tide is coming up, so some of the waves are, would have to jump out of the way up in the log jam, but we'll make it. It's not the easiest trail, but we shall get there. Still beautiful. Sound of the waves, smell of the ocean. Amazing. On just an absolute beautiful day. Like, it's supposed to be right around 61 degrees today. Wow. So I did find a little spot for a ways that I can get up above the waves. Keeping an eye on it though, as these come up pretty close. So we'll take a little bit of the easier walking while I can, instead of battling through all this tree debris. Did I say how awesome this was? Pretty freaking awesome. not every day is beautiful sun here at Pacific Beach, but it is February also, and it's still pretty. It's just stormy. Still got some people out on the beach. Today is a clamming day. Low tide is going to be 6:30 tonight, so I don't know. I might go out, just depends on how bad the weather is. Go out for a little bit, try again. I was told a few new tricks, but even the stormy seas are pretty. So this Douglas spur is estimated to be 400 years old. It's rather large.
I've never seen such thick bark. We're talking 3 inches.
Yeah, it's big. We're currently around the Quinault Lake area. We're walking a little nature trail, interpretive trail. I should mention that Quinault Lake is part of the Olympic National Park. Some falls here. This dirt stump is pretty cool. Okay, so where are we? There's the state park, Pacific Beach State Park. And here is Quinault Lake area. I think I might have said Olympic National Park. It's Olympic National Forest, but as you can see, it's right there with the Olympic National Forest. Well, Joanne, so you can get the people on the video can
Get a perspective.
yes, get a perspective. It's a rather large tree. Wow. Massive. Wow. All right, so This is a place I've wanted to go to for quite some time, and I think Joanne has too, right?
Yep.
From Highway 12, just kind of around Elma, Washington, you could see the tops of these just south of the highway. It is the satsop nuclear facility. However, it is now the business, what do they call, business industrial area or something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of history on this place. I will include a link in the description that's pretty interesting. Shows some places you can't go that are restricted, and a lot of history on it. But here we are. That's a long ways up by the stairs there.
22 sets of stairs at the top of that building.
I think it said in the video it was 400 and over 400 feet high. There is what would have been one of the reactors. That one was nearly complete. I believe that was 75%.
15.
Or no, that was the other one. The other one that's over there, and we'll get a different view. You'll see it. There's no top or anything. That one was only 15% done. But it was to be 2 sets there of the nuclear power. It is way, way, way cool. And like I said, that video is really interesting. You can't go past here, the fence obviously, but interesting that they have some steps in there to look at the inside of whatever that is. Big pipe. I don't know. But we're gonna get some different views of this, and it's cool. This is really neat. We love history. We love dams, fish hatcheries, all that kind of thing. So this is cool. Well, let's go check out some other views, and there's some geocaching around. Of course, that's what we're doing. Alrighty, talk to you soon. All right, here's the other cooling tower. This is the reactor. It was only 15%. See the rebar and all that at top. Never finished it. They also never finished the underneath side. This huge building here, if you watch the video, talks about it. That's where the generators and all that would have been. The steam powered for the nuclear. And again, there's the other tower. This thing is, it's really cool. I don't know. We enjoy these kind of things. It is worth a stop to come check things out. But boy, if you're just here, you really get the feel, and you can tell how gigantic these buildings are. Well, we're gonna look for a cache now and keep going. Yeah, as I mentioned, well worth the stop. It's interesting. So we're just finding one last geocache in this area. You know, it's been what, 40 years since this whole project was scrapped, and how you see nature taking over some areas already. Well, I'll say already, but it's 40 years, but surely was planned to be totally different. It's been a hub of activity right now. There was no nuclear material ever brought to this site, as it never was ready. So if you are worried about that coming to visit, you got nothing to worry about. All right, right now we're at the little memorial park for Kurt Cobain from Nirvana. This was his hometown. And they have, like, when you come into the town, they have "Come As You Are." You know, one of the songs. One of these songs he was talking about under the bridge was, this is what he's talking about. So lots of graffiti type stuff, but you know, hey. And that's yeah, what, Kurt's air guitar. Yeah, there it is right there. That's it. Just a neat little park. Memorial Park Farm. Today, I'm doing just a little walk. I'm not even sure I'd call it a hike. Probably the two different sections I go to, probably around 5 miles total. I guess that'd be a hike. But it's John's River Trail. It's fish and game. I'm not sure if any other entities have this land too, but there's a few geocaches, and I just wanted to come out and do a walk. I hear a bald eagle somewhere out there. Don't see it. There is a chance to see an elk on parts of this trail, actually kind of the trail next over that way. We'll go explore that, but in the meantime, it's pretty nice. Sun's out, right around 50 degrees. Not bad. This really is a wonderful area, this wetlands. Heard lots of birds. Very skittish. I don't know if don't get a ton of people hiking this, but as soon as I try to get even remotely close so you can at least hear the calls, they fly off. You got a really good bridge here. Someone's got a little memorial bench in loving memory of H.M. Skinner and Heidi. Yeah, that's fantastic. Little ghost forest over there. We're dealing with brackish water, because we're not too far from the ocean. Really pretty. Oh, you guys got to see this. This stump is massive. So I'm 6'4", and this stump right here, 6'4", that's as high as I could reach. And the stump, you got springboard notches over here from way back when they were cutting these trees down. So I was kind of paused. I'm in awe. It's just amazing, and how these nurse stumps, new trees grow up. But I mean, that's every bit of 13 feet, 14 feet high, and that diameter, I mean, it's more than I could reach stretched out arms. It's massive. But right here, there's a geocache right there. It's a cool geocache that bring me to this, so I noticed this. Awesome. So, another amazing thing, most of what's amazing about geocaching is it takes you to places you probably would have never gone to. That fungus is pretty cool. This isn't even marked on a map. I couldn't find it. It's a pioneer cemetery in here. This will be as respectful as ever. Not very old. That one's 1997 death. There's a rare. Oh, try not to. This woman was born in 1832 and lived in 1905. (1819) died at 1900. Jacob Phillips. Even as old as they are, they must have been tombstones redone, I imagine, because those are pretty nice looking. 1882 to 1908. Passed away in 1889, and so on. just pretty interesting. I know some people get creeped out about these things, but Joanne and I love this kind of stuff. Another one over here. There's a few of them. Oh, that's sad. It's a baby that only lived 2 days. Alma Bell. Sad. But geocaching does take you to some pretty cool things. I want to find the geocaches around here, and then it's time to walk back on this trail. It was a little more hilly than I thought. I did take some coordinates. There's about 4 trees crossing the path, so I'll send it to Washington Fish and Game. Let them know they got some trees down on the trails. All right, moving on. All right, so made the cache finds that I wanted to do on this trail. This is a lot more hillier than I thought it would be, which is fine. A little more of a workout, so that's great. Now I'm gonna get back to the car, head past the river and around the other part of the wetlands to go to, I guess it'd be the south side, and walk that trail, do some caches. That one, from what I've read, is paved and flattened, so it is ADA easy trail. Not that this is hard, it's just a little more hilly. So there was a total of 3 trees and 1 widowmaker across the trail. I got coordinates. We'll send it to Fish and Game, let them know so they can be taken care of. But yeah, in the next few caches, I will be hitting 8,000 geocache finds, so that's pretty cool. I planned on one of the caches being friends of ours, so that'll be cool. Anyways, we'll see you when we get there. Okay, so now I'm on the other side, and this one is almost 6/10 of a mile long. One other person over here just pulling in. So we were just hiking over on that side. So let's go see. There's 4 geocaches. One being a friend's, as I mentioned, that will get me to find number 8,000 if I do find them all. Let's go. As the tide is out right now, it's revealing some of these little muddy inlets. Perfect for all different sorts of animals. Again, paved trail, super nice. Just talking to a local about some of the history around here. That was cool. All right, let's continue on. Well, I'm coming up to the cache. That'll be my 8,000th find. I know I'll get it because it's a friend of ours that owns this geocache, and it is missing, and with her permission, I get to put a temporary replacement. Right now, I'm hoping that rain just goes that way because it's kind of wide open, and I may get pummeled with rain. I guess out here it is very common to see elk. There is none of them around right now. That's kind of a bummer, but still very pretty. So I'm going to go place this cache, mark it down, and then make my way back towards the park where we're camped at and hosting, and I'm sure I'll find something else along the way. What a nice time to be out, though. So 8,000 geocache finds. I actually did not replace it because the cache was there. I found it within like 15 seconds. That happens sometimes. You just overlook. It happens to me all the time. Other people say easy find, and I'm like, what the hell? But so I found the original container, got a hold of, sent a message to a friend, letting her know, sent a picture showing her original container. Picked up, someone put some freaking beer can in the blind there that where the cache was. Take this out, and I'm going to move along. It's been a fun day of geocaching and hiking and seeing the beauty, listening to birds, and having a good time. All right, talk to you later.